Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are in Topeka, Kansas. This is going to be the first MattVT yard in Kansas so far. I know a lot of us are still new to Kansas, just picked up the DLC, hasn't been out for very long. So let's go out and check a little bit of the farm before we get to the drive. Alright, so starting on this back end here, there is kind of this road that takes you on out into nothing at all. But if we approach from the back, the first thing that we're going to get to is we're going to get to a job site here. This is where we can haul grain. And then of course we've got the shop, and this time the sign is inside the shop as opposed to outside on the street. We've got a little parking area over here. This is where you buy the yard, fuel, and the last part, aside from the actual homestead, the actual house, and a couple barns here and random stuff going on to make it look like a farm, is we have another job pickup, and this is for livestock. So we got livestock here, and we got grain over there, shop, fuel, parking, and then this just leads out. We've got another little barn here, and some more livestock. How you guys doing? This will lead us out to the actual road. And I don't believe this is intended to be part of it at all. It could be an extension if they wanted it to, but maybe that's just something that SCS already has in there. So this is the new Topeka yard from MattVT. You can get it on his Selfie or if you are a Patreon member. The other one that Matt picked out that hopefully we'll get to maybe this video, maybe the next video, is he just released a snow version, a winter version of his yard in Cutbank. For those of you that go ahead and pick those up, just note that you cannot run both of them simultaneously. So this isn't an update for Cutbank. It's actually stands by itself, and you can only run one or the other. So do keep that in mind, and I believe those instructions are on the mod. So we aren't going very far today. We're hauling a load of grain out of here. So let's go over the truck and the trailer a little bit before we do that. And then the plan would be, since we've already spent a few minutes looking around the farm, is to go ahead and take this truck into the shop and show you a little of the details as if we were going to build it. So what are we looking at here? This is a truck from Blueprint Mods. It is payware, and it is the Ford LTL 9000. It's been out for a while, and it could use a little bit of updating. I know there were intentions to update it. It's not that it's bad, but there are so many more. What do I say? There's so many more ways that he could expand it, put more options on it, and that would be great. By itself, though, it has the look, it has the feel, and I really like driving this truck for sure. By the way, the skin on this it's 4 colors, and you can change them. So color changing, completely up to you. But this is the classic masked skin for the Ford LTL 9000 done by Lucasi. And what we're pulling behind us, what's going to be carrying this grain, is Pizzster's Slanted Walls Wilson Commander. So good little matchup today. Figured it'd be an appropriate trailer since we're here on a farm. I've got it set up with a triaxle lift. So if let's see if I can get that going without it started. There we go. There's that lift axle working. So it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and pick up the load. It's just right over there by that other grain truck. And we'll get going, do the short drive, and then we'll get her into the shop, and I'll show you all the details and how you can build this LTL 9000 for yourself. Alright, let's make sure we got the lights on. Actually, let's get our windows down. Parking lights on. Go ahead and get her started. In this, we have we're running single stick today. It's an Eaton Fuller 9-all. So we've got 8 highway gears and 3 low gears. 2 of them are actually deep reduction. Initial gear 26.08, so we got a lot of torque here. And since we're hauling some weight here, I think this would probably be a pretty safe bet. We're running 3.9 rears on it, so should get it done. And the engine is a 330 horsepower Cummins L10. Here's what she sounds like. The L10 is from SlavJerry. It's been out for about a month, maybe a month and a half. Definitely one of his later engines that he's thrown up on Truckee. You can find it under his profile. And if that ends up being too loud, maybe I'll just knock that down in post, or maybe we'll close the windows. Should be okay. Mirrors are looking pretty good. I think we're going to go ahead and just roll over there. Alright, get out and stretch the legs after that long drive. See where they want us to line up. Oh, right over there, right along those poles. Makes a lot of sense. Kind of like it. It just feeds right into the top. Makes a lot of sense. So how are we going to get turned around now? Let's just go ahead and throw in reverse. Don't want to slam into the shop over there. Actually. And we can't go down that road because that guy's got his truck parked there anyway. So, maybe the best thing to do... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull a U-turn here. Yeah, that's probably the smarter choice. Since I can't go down there, and I don't want to really blind it in, or spend too much time on the blind. It's better to see when you can. Just go off into the short grass here. Plan this right, we won't have to even back up, or maybe we'll only have to back up a few feet. That makes the most sense. Should have done that to begin with. And I know you guys are yelling, yeah, I told you so, I told you so. Got to get it far enough over on those near those poles, because they're I mean, we can see where we need to line up for that. Otherwise, what they're dropping isn't gonna end up falling in the trailer. Straighten out the cab here, and that should register. Straighten out just a little more. There we go. Alright, let's get her loaded. Alright, we are all loaded up. Short little drive. We got 41,895 pounds of grain in here. Got those back wheels over there on the grass. They were slipping a little bit. So I said we're running only a single stick today, but I went ahead and screwed up I switched the, not the bases of the shifters, but I switched the sticks because I was working on another project, and I forgot to, because you can only have 5 devices plugged into the game at one time, this one right here, this, like the range and this splitter is non-functional because it's not plugged in. Won't be recognized. It would be a 6th device. Because of that, I have to reach over here for my splitter and range. So that's all I'm doing if I reach over there, because I mixed up the two. Yeah, hour and a half game time, not too bad. I haven't driven with this stick over here. I've been using it over on the right hand side for a lot of the twin sticking stuff. It's good to have it back over here. And I'm working with HatreyuGaming, URO Gaming right now. Try to work out the details on a new stick that I can put over here on the right, and if that works, I'll probably just keep this one here on the left, so long as it isn't too long to conflict with it. This L10 sounds great. By the way, the L10, very common to be in the Ford LTL 9000 or L9000 or any of those variants. Very common engine. In fact, you could do a search for Cummins L10 and all you see are pictures and comments on Ford LTL 9000s. It's pretty crazy. So definitely keeping it authentic today. We clear? Yeah, we're looking good. Sounds pretty good. We'll leave the window down for just a second. Oh, left the differential locked or unlocked. Let's go ahead and pull over here. There we go. There we go, we got it unlocked now. That sucks, because now we're going to have to build all that momentum back up. And we don't have a whole lot of room to do it. Topeka city limit. This is Kansas. Alright, let's go ahead and get those windows up now. Take a little bit of that sound out. So one thing I noticed is I've seen videos with Cummins L10s that have Jake brakes, but for whatever reason, it's not modeled on the on this engine from SlavJerry. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. Maybe it was an earlier model, maybe it was an optional accessory and not all of them had it. I don't know. But just wanted to let you guys know that it normally, the videos that I've seen, multiple videos, show the L10 with a jake brake, with an engine brake. So we're just going to have to be a little bit more conservative with our driving and anticipate a little bit more. Maybe take it a little bit slower than we normally would as we're navigating around Topeka. Whoa. I thought I had another preset. I guess I don't. Just check it out from the outside here. And we're short drive. We're already getting off the freeway here. But I like the look inside here. Really, I saw a video from, it was a Ride Along with Goggles video, where he was featuring this truck, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty sharp. Had to get it myself, and this is actually the first time I'm showcasing on the channel, now that I think about it. But we'll take it into the shop in just a little bit and have another closer look. I think it's a pretty good pairing. But definitely good rendering inside and out. And you know, the one thing that kind of always bugged me, I'm looking down at the tack, the gauge on the right. You know, right between the steering wheel, and there's that bar that's there, and I was like, what the hell is going on with that? Like, that must be a bad render. And I've seen other videos, and that thing is right in the way, just like it's modeled. Accurate to the model. So a lot of attention to detail, as always, from Blueprint Mods. Couldn't see that guy. Maybe it's because he was on a curve. Maybe sometimes they just end up spawning in. And now we're gonna sit here and wait a minute. I'll be right back with you when the traffic is cleared.
Keep right.
This guy isn't waiting for me, so we're gonna slow down. Let's go, buddy. Lost all my momentum right there. Pulling into Smithfield. Or is it Smithyfield? Smithyfield? No, Smithfield. I had it right the first time. Smithyfield. Sounds a little bit weird. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do get our windows down. Get our security check going. That was quick. Let me just ask this guy real fast where he wants us to go. Alright, thanks, man. Alright, let's get those windows up. So, unfortunately, what's going on here is they don't have my usual spot ready. They got another trailer in there right now, so I gotta basically... They've got like a designated area where I can just sit there and wait, so I'm basically in a holding pattern until they can clear me. He said it's going to be on the right back here. There it is, straight in front of us. So they've got another one. They've got another trailer in there right now that they'll be able to unload us. But in the meantime, we just got to sit and wait until that guy's done. That's actually a reefer, but I think they use that spot to get the grain as well. So we'll just I'm just gonna sit here and wait until they can unload me. In the meantime, let's head over into the shop and we'll take a look at this Ford LTL 9000. Alright guys, we're back in the shop. I took that second camera that was showing the shifter and the wheel away. I don't think that's going to be necessary at all. Just got my floating head down there in the lower left. So let's go ahead and walk through the different options here. So this is one of the things that I would really like to see be improved. And I don't want to say improved as if it's bad, but, you know, a few more options. You know, give me a small sleeper, give me a big sleeper, something like that. On the chassis, we have plenty. I picked the shortest one, 222, but they go all the way up to 258. You can take a look at that. And that is a long chassis. Obviously, we got the tri-drive, the 3 axles. But they got a couple different options, different colors and stuff like that. We'll just kind of click through all these different ones here for you. And the shorter base, the 222, is what we had in there today. Like I said, Cummins L10 from SlavJerry. And we had our, because we have the cast add-on to the real Eaton Fuller transmission mod, we were running the 9-all. And I have, in order to get the proper shift pattern, I actually put together a gearbox layout file for that. If you want that gearbox layout file and a little, you know, cheat sheet on how to shift it, let me know in the comments below, and I can get that over to you, and you can be driving this authentic just like a real 9-all. Inside we have a couple different options. I went with the premium gray. Let's look through the so we got premium gray, we got premium gray with red, premium gray with yellow, premium brown with yellow, and premium black with yellow accents. And then we have our standard brown that doesn't, so that's the only one that really doesn't have that stripe on it. Well, actually it does. It has it up there on the seats, but it's the only non-premium one. So that's about what you can do with the interior. As far as the interior accessories, you got a couple different steering wheels that come with it. There's a smaller one that I drove today, and there's a bigger one if that suits you. I think it's a little bit too big, kind of throws off the scale a little bit, so I went with the shorter one. We also have, obviously, a GPS. You can do the cell phone or the portable navigator. I just threw some glasses up there with the console items. Of course, we also have options on the dash. We've got a black dash, gray dash, and another gray dash. But before you think that that is done, it's not just these 3 options. Because if we go back in and choose a premium one, like the premium brown, then we actually have a ton more options. Here's our black dash. We got brown with the, let's see, we got brown with the yellow on the outside, and then we get more of a dark brown dash. This other brown dash just gives you this lining around the dash in black. That's what the brown dash with kind of that old school, I kind of like that look, to be honest. And then gray with that same color. And that's the options that you have for that. We have an engine cover down here. I left it black, although you can go brown. You can even make it carpet, kind of like the floor. This is a floor item. That's a seat item. And I believe this is a seat itself. I just kept the yellow stripe, although you can go red stripe. You can go yellow stripe with gray. No stripe. or the yellow stripe with brown. That's kind of feeling more the era of the truck, to be honest with you. Kind of liking that. Couple options with the mirror. One of them is chromed. One of them is like an aluminum. Got a hanging item here. Got the sun visor. No, not too many options here. This is just built in, and that is definitely period. Not a ton of options on the inside. I definitely would like to see a few more options, but what is cool is you were able to customize this area of the dash, the outer area of the dash, this engine cover. It'd be cool, I guess, if you could do the floor too, maybe like a wood. You could do the seat. There were different patterns with the door colors and stuff like that, and this is all done pretty high quality. So I'm, for something that doesn't have that many options on the inside, it definitely still has the part, especially with this leather here. Really like that. So that's basically what's going on the inside. Let's go on, hop out to the outside. I went with this classic mask skin. There's another one that I found from Goggles 56, and this is the Hell Creek logging. Obviously you can change the color here. I would change this to match more like the picture, more like a dark red. Boom, something like that. And then I also have this Night Flight. We've got the Orange Beauty. These are all on the Steam Workshop and free, and the Purple Haze. So that's basically what we have going with us in terms of skins. Now for the exterior accessories. Now this, I'm not going to lie, cool bumper, but you can't customize it, and there's one bumper. So there's a lot of potential for this truck if it could just be developed a little bit further so that we have a few more options. Obviously, it's been treated as a node. I can only assume that when you do that, it's a placeholder. But, the truck's been out for a couple years, and I'd like to see that get some attention. Again, here with the stock headlights, it's like a node that's a placeholder. We got stock lights here, turning lights. We got two different options here. We can either go with the blue or we can go with the black. That's on the inside. Let's go rooftop. Cabin lights. It's your normal. We got horns, I believe. Beacons. A couple different options when it comes to the exhaust. Well, let's go with the headache racks first. This is what we have. Okay, so these are just the deck covers. Let's take a look at that again. So we've got the two deck covers. So we got headache rack number 1, number 2, and this one's more for logging. So you got a couple different options on that. In terms of the trailer cables, 3 options. Let's go ahead and get rid of that just so we can see them moved up. That's weird. It's really close up on the truck. So then there's this option with the pogo stick. So I think there was a third option too, to have it kind of in a normal spot. If we go ahead and take that back, then I think if we click on the trailer cables, okay, so 2 versions of the pogo stick. That's weird. Obviously it's got to go away if it's going to get in the way. For the frame, we get a 12-inch step, or we can get an 18-inch step. I don't think I was running a step on there. Door steps. Now, aluminum, or we can get polished. So these are just the steps themselves. But I believe the straps also change color. Is that right? Or they're just basically taking the color or leaving them black and just changing the texture on the steps themselves. Tank. I'm going to go through it, scroll through these. Got chrome there, aluminum. Got a couple paint options in different sizes, 190 and 240 gallon. Then 240 in the chrome. And 240 in what would, I guess that's more like aluminum. Front mud flaps. Got the Ford. That's pretty cool because it looks like it's taking over the scheme of the paint. That's not bad. I like that. Black and your default blue. I wish they would have a default blue with black. Maybe it would be harder to see. But we got quarters. Yep, look at that. And if the person who created this, like the Purple Haze, actually put this in, it can be used for those quarter fenders as well. Or we can just go with the chrome, or the chrome with the Ford symbol. See, sometimes if I angle it a certain way. Okay, we got left exhaust, so we can add it, and we have a note here, so we can go up and make it, boom, or we can make it straight. So you can do these two exhausts independent. I believe you have the same thing here. You can either make it go away. Actually, that was weird. So is that one always there? How do you get to the right exhaust? That's weird. That was a little weird. Left exhaust. Okay, so you can adjust them independently. Different heights, different angles. Not sure you would want to have them different heights and different angles, but mainly just to have one there instead of two. So that's most of the options on here. Let's look at the back. We've got our mud flap. Same thing, black. Ford with the white. And I assume, yep, it's going to follow the paint. So that's pretty cool. Back, again, placeholder. Would like to see some more options here in the back. So what we have here is, it's good. It's highly detailed. I just need to see some more options. And to be honest with you, I don't even need a ton more nodes. Like maybe one or two. I just kind of want to see that these existing nodes actually have the options that I believe the developer intended them to be, and hopefully we can get an update on this pretty soon. It's definitely in need of it. Again, that doesn't say it's a bad truck. It's not a bad mod. It was just really good when it was released a couple years ago. And obviously when people release things for the first time, they put a lot of nodes as placeholders, and the updates are where they get all of the different options that built on that. I'm just looking for that update to actually happen. So I'm very happy with this, very happy with the purchase. I drive it a lot, and yeah, just gonna wait for an update to see if it can get better. And that's pretty much the Ford LTL 9000 from Blueprint Mods. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all of my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.